All right, hello. How's everyone doing? We're gonna be going right in today, and we have the finals of the Low Elo Legends tournament that's been going on over the past couple weeks. And today we have the finals: Grimescene versus Andreas Lubitz. And yeah, this should be a very exciting tournament. There's a few random rules. I believe this is a unit ban tournament. So what that means is after each player picks their civilizations, they can ban one of their opponent's units. So for example, if I were to have picked Otto, my opponents can ban Spahi. So I'm sure this will add some interesting dynamics and potentially change up a lot of standard matchups because there are going to be some units that are really crucial in certain matchups that aren't going to be able to be used. So I'm just imagining, right? If I was playing Germany and my opponent is playing Spain and I ban Rodaleros, that'll be absolutely great. It'll completely change the dynamic of the game. So we already have the civ picks in for the first game. So we'll be getting right in there. I believe Grimescene is picking France against Andreas's Ottoman. The map will be unknown, so this will be quite an interesting map. Obviously, on unknown, France tends to be extremely strong, just because of how many random natives spawn on those maps. So that'll be very exciting to see. Ottoman on unknown, I think, will be pretty interesting as well. It kind of depends on their spawn, right? Because they really want to get that TP down ASAP. So if it takes them a long time to find the TP, it'll be quite sad. While France, in this kind of situation, they can kind of go for whatever, right? Even in some cases, a market start if they want to go for a lot of natives. But yeah, I have no idea. Unknown is always quite interesting. Anything can happen. So, any predictions here? I know Grimescene is kind of improving as a player. I know him quite well. I believe he's nearing the 1500 elo mark. But Andreas, I don't really know. I'm not sure if he plays ranked all that much. So most of the time, I think he's just playing lobbies or team games or whatever. So I don't know too much about him. Okay, we have some of the bans in. France has their skirmishers banned, and Bottomans have their falconets banned. I'm quite surprised by this choice, honestly. I think it makes sense for Ottoman to ban French goons. Because if France doesn't have goons, what can they really do against an auto FF or FI, right? I feel like that is really good. Banning Bottomans Falconets makes sense intuitively. But on the other hand, there's so many other strategies that Auto can go for, right? They can go for like a straight Abus Spahi FF into an FI. And then they're just making straight up, what do you call them? Straight up bombards, right? So who needs falconets when you have bombards? So that'll be quite interesting. Yeah, so I have no idea how this will play. I believe if I was France and I had skirmishers banned, depending on the natives, I'll either go for a very strong native push, or I might go for some fancy FF into goons and then an FI into kind of heavy cannons, Cove, and goons. But then we're going to run into the issue of AZAPs. So the game is already here. We're loading up right now. So let's head right in there. And my game is not being captured. Oh, no, there it is. All right. And we've loaded into game number 1 of this finals between Grimescene and Andreas Lubitz, hosted by Order of the Rose. This is the Low Elo Legends Unit Ban Tournament. And starting off here, Unknown is quite interesting. Both players starting with TPs very safe, right next to their town centers. And what are the natives on this map? We have the Comanche. Comanche is very, very strong for cavalry civilizations. We get this all cap type units moving faster by 5% and this 10% hit points, which is really nice. In the middle, we have the Akan, another really great native for their techs, right? We got this food to wood and coin conversion. They have this massive, massive gather rate buff for berry bushes, which is quite interesting. And farms, maybe good for late game. They obviously have the Akan Gold Economy, which is a great card. Tech to research. You get a gold prospector wagon, which gives you a gold mine that you can put anywhere and also improves gather rates. Oh, we have the Lakota, which is one of these old natives. And obviously now Lakota is a real civilization, but back in the day, they were a minor civilization or a native like any other native. So that'll be interesting. You can get Lakota Axe Riders and Tokala soldiers, both quite interesting units. I did hear some sheep or these Senga cattle getting picked up. Well, that's crazy, because if we had like an African civilization on this map, this would be really, really great, because I believe these Senga cattle gather more influence than normal cattle. I'm not 100% sure about that, but... Well, lots of treasures also getting picked up by France, or by Otto here. Especially with this Warthog, they're able to pick up some nice treasures. So France here, looking like they're going for a... what is this? A 1420, so a little bit non-standard, but they're going for a market and TP with hunting dogs. And I kind of like this, right? Because I believe they started with a TP wagon. Oh, and they have a military wagon. Oh, sorry, no, he built a TP, but he started with a military wagon. So that is quite interesting. It's a little bit of a slower age up, but he does have a very early hunting dogs and a TP. And let's look at this this deck. So this is screaming natives immediately, but also very, very strong CDBs. He has pioneers, he has wilderness warfare, and he has Northwest Passage. So I believe what he might be going for is this native strat and going for a CDB native timing. And that might be quite exciting. And let's see what the Ottomans are going for. Aging up very early with the Quartermaster. And this is looking like a very, very standard deck. Except for the fact that there are no 2 Falconets, because that's been banned. Instead, he has all of these H2 cards. So he has 7 AZAP, 5 Jan, 3 Deli, 700 food, and all of these crates. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe he's going for that eco-centered Jan Rush that we've seen so much lately. So he is shipping 5 bills first and 700 wood. That does kind of indicates, yep, exactly, that we're gonna be having Janissaries, a double Jan forward base here. And these are positioned very, very well, because he might even be able to deny Grimescene's native posts quite early here. Yep, the first Jan getting queued. Second rack's getting finished up as well. And what is this? Okay, he's shipping 5 bills, 700 wood. And I expect he'll ship 700 coin next, and then followed by some of these military shipments. Let's see what Grimescene is up to. He's just now aging up. This is a very slow age for France because he went for that 1420. He also does still have this 100 XP treasure in base, and he should definitely go for that at some point. Also, he's forgetting to pick up this 125. This is low elo legends, so we're gonna have to give them a little bit of a break. And this herding is, yeah, I'm gonna start roasting Grimescene here. This herding is a little bit suboptimal when you're getting double racks Jan. Yep, 10 batches of Jans coming out first. France shipping 4 CDB followed by native treaties, so they're going for a pretty early timing with all of these native posts. And I believe even if the TP is sieged down, if you've been allied for it, you still get the shipment, right? Let's see if that's true. So the Akan will be sieged down very, very early. I expect he's going, yep, immediately for this one. Grime is training these Lakota Axe Riders and now shipping 8 bows instead of native treaties because he sees this. Ooh, the Axe Rider's popping in a really bad position, just getting surrounded by Janissaries, and they're going to get cleaned up really quick. The 8 bows coming in, but they're going to be quite late, I think, because Ottoman is now shipping 5 Jans followed by 3 delis, so they're going to have a huge timing. And I'm not seeing that many anti-cav units out for France here. They're going to have to go for, I mean, either musketeers or pikes or something, but yeah, it's not really looking great here. 2 of these TPs getting sieged down already. So Grimescene is actually on 0 TPs. 1 getting built here, but yeah, that is not a lot of TPs for a TP-centric build. And these crossbows are just not going to be enough. Oh, a little bit of a miss micro here. They're going to get caught by the Jans. The Explorer going into melee. This is very good micro from Ottoman. Now let's look at these CDBs. The CDBs do have techs. Minutemen coming in. CDB getting pulled. This is a lot of idle time for Otto. And if they can disengage properly here, which it looks like they're disengaging well without losing too many Jans, this seems like a really, really good trade for the Ottoman Empire. 3 Huss coming in for France, and I believe 3 Delhi coming in as well. 4 Delhi. So 3 Delhi plus maybe 1 getting made from the stable here, and that's a lot of Delhi, and they're gonna go straight for the crossbows. CDB forced to go back into the TC. A lot of Vils exposed up north, and this is looking quite rough now for Mr. Grimescene in the color blue as a French. More Delhi coming in. The CDB is just getting pummeled by all these Janissaries. And wow, that is a very, very early GG. Yeah, I mean, this build seemed like it was almost executed flawlessly by Andreas here. If we just look at the villager population, he's getting that 5 ills in super early at 415. And all resources gathered, Ottoman outgathering France with that Vil eco and that crate eco. So yeah, very, very convincing victory here for the Ottoman. And this is not the kind of position you want to be in as Grimescene. Down in a 7-minute and 30-second game. And that means Andreas takes the lead 1-0. And we're going to be going into game number 2. Wow. So what do we think about that game? I mean, Ottoman, pretty strong H2. I mean, France, I think, can hold usually. Here, it was very unfortunate that they were getting all their TPs kind of sieged down very quickly. And they weren't able to get their musks and bows out early, which is generally the composition they want against the Jan Rush. I think France tends to want to mask bows, mask musk in base, and then try to hold the Ottoman aggression and sneak in an age up. But as we know here, France doesn't even have access to skirmishers in H3, so it's not a really good position for them to be in. So we are now waiting for the game number 2 picks, and I believe France was Grimescene's main civilization, so losing with that is not great, but he is also a decent Brit player. I think he plays a few other civs as well, like Ottoman, of course, China, but definitely mostly a French player. And Andreas, I have no idea what he plays. Let me see if I can do some scouting, because I believe he changed his name. Yeah, no, I can't find anything about Andreas on Free Food Party. Plays a lot. Casters are saying Andreas plays a lot. Do you know what civs he plays? Except 1v1s. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time, team players are quite strong. Loser player doesn't lose access to their civ, so Grime can still go France again. Yeah, we've seen this kind of rule in the PK clan tournament as well. And okay, so that's good for Grime. Losing with his best civ doesn't mean he can't pick it again. So let's see if he can make something happen in the next game. Does anyone know the map for the second game? Florida. So Florida is a great map in my opinion. For a lot of civs. France is very good. Brit is very good. Germany is also very good, but I'd be very suspicious if either player plays Germany on this map, just because I think Germany actually, even though they're very strong, they tend to lose against the other good civs on that map, like Brit, like France, which can get a very, very fast age up on that map. Okay, so I'm hearing that it's a Brit mirror on Florida. So this will be interesting, right? So what unit do you ban? And I think the unit that you ban is the Musketeer, because if Brit can't make Musk in a Brit mirror, I really have no idea what they can do to win. So if both players get their Musketeers banned, they're gonna have to go like Longbow Pike Huss, and it's a good composition and a very well balanced composition for sure. But I would, if I were playing as either player here, it would be no questions asked banning the Musketeer. All right, I'm hearing they're starting the game now. So we'll be going right into Florida. Okay, so Grimescene here has banned Longbow against Andreas, and Andreas has banned Grimescene's Musketeers. And this, I think, is a mistake for Grimescene, honestly, because a Musk Huss composition from Brit in H2 will destroy a Longbow Pike Huss composition. So, especially early on in the game. So I'm not quite sure what we're cooking here. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Grime can pull this one off, actually. Having Longbow Huss against Musk Huss. Because Pikes just really aren't that great of an anti-kit when faced against a Musk Huss composition. Okay, so the game is starting now, and we'll be hopping right in. All right, we are on Florida for game number 2 in the finals of the Low Elo Legends Unit Band Tournament hosted by Order of the Rose. And on the north side of the map, we have Grimescene playing as the Brits, and he's starting very, very simple, probably 2 manners. Or maybe a manor and hunting dogs is good as well if you can find a coin treasure. But if not, I think a 2 manor start is probably just much better. Yeah, I believe in this situation, as he's doing, he's starting with 2 manners. On the south side of the map, we have Andreas Lubitz, who's currently ahead in the series, 1-0, and exactly the same starts, 2 manners, coming down very early, and we're seeing a Brits mirror where, because of the unit ban rules, Grimescene cannot make musketeers, and Andreas Lubitz here cannot make longbows. So in an H2 battle, I think this heavily favors the side that can make musketeers, because musketeers just do absolutely great against pretty much any H2 units, right? Including longbows, actually, early on, because these musketeers can kind of just walk forward, a few hussars to snare, and it'll just be a massacre on the longbows. While longbow pike, while it's an okay composition, they're definitely at a micro disadvantage compared to muskuss. Grimes, okay, McLovin here saying Grime could go for the Black Watch from the church, as they're a different unit. So the Black Watch FF, I think, absolutely sucks in a Brit mirror. Just because Brits can, the Brit player who's playing standard will just have so much eco. I've played this matchup many times, I think in lobbies and even in tournaments, and it's just not great at all for the player going for the Highlander Falk timing. It just never does enough damage against a good solid Brit H2, and you're just down so much eco. And here we see Grimescene having Virginia Company in his deck and Spice Trade. So I wonder if we'll see Virginia Company, because he's not going for a TP. There is a build where you go 3-Vil Virginia Company, but that I believe requires a TP. So I'm not sure we'll be seeing that in this game. Let's take a look at Andreas here. He is already aging up a little bit faster. 16 Vil age up. So somehow he was able to skip a Vil, getting Gangsaw very early. Always good for Brits. And yeah, a very standard kind of Brit deck, except for the fact that he has 8 Rangers instead of longbows, because as we know, longbows are banned. And we might be seeing a little bit of an age 3 play here, actually. He does have the Glorious Revolution. He has the 2 Falcons. And he has a very loaded out age 3 deck. But obviously with Brits, you can still play age 2 quite fine just with the cards that he has here, going pure Musk and adding Hussars later on. But yeah, I mean, chopping this much wood, I'm pretty sure we're still gonna see an H2 play here from the Andreas playing on the south side. Wait, the Philosopher's Prince coming in from Grimescene. Wait, which age up is that again? Interesting. I actually have no idea what the Philosopher's Prince does. I'm a noob. I've never seen this age up. Why are longbows banned, Oreos? It's because this is a low elo Legends unit ban tournament, where each player gets to ban one of their opponent's units. So here, Grimescene has banned Ladyshaver or Andreas Lubitz's longbows, and Grime himself is not able to make musketeers in exchange. Okay, this is the 500 food. I'm at a loss for why this is a build. He's not picking it up either, so yeah, this is definitely quite interesting. Andreas here definitely picking up the vision. Like, look at this vision. He's getting these houses spread out all the way with great vision on the map. This is a strong team player, probably. Getting an outpost here as well. No military building so far, so that's getting delayed quite a bit. He's really going for that full boom. Already shipping 700 wood. I expect he's gonna ship 600 wood right now as well. Putting down a stable to start. That's an interesting decision. Grime here just making longbows and walling himself in already. So he does have 3 hunts kind of in his base. So, and a few sheep. So it might be fine, but I don't know about this, right? Brits, as we know, is the civilization that really benefits from map control. And not having map control as Brits is just not a great idea. Yeah, Andreas here already dominating the map. We're getting a prediction in the chat saying that we might see natives from Andreas here. That would be interesting. I mean, there is the Carib settlements, and I believe these bowgunners do well against all infantry, including longbows. But no, we see Iraq's coming in. The first batch of 5 husks coming in as well. Grimescene currently with no anti-cav. The anti-cav are these walls here. And these 2 Veils a bit exposed right now, but they should be able to get to safety before the Hussars come in. If they're not spotted. Okay, that Veil was spotted. This one as well. And the Hussars are closing in fast. Wow, leaving 1 Hussar to kill the Explorer. Honestly, very great micro here from Andreas, and he's definitely gonna catch at least 1 villager as well. Oh wow, he's going for this one here first to guarantee that he's able to get both Veils. That'll be a little bit greedy. He is gonna commit to both Veils, taking a few hits from the pikes, but the Explorer is snaring really well. No, this is very, very good micro, and he's gonna pick up another Veil on his way out. This is looking absolutely great for Andreas here, picking up 3 villagers while only losing just a little bit of HP on a Hussar. And now he's adding 5 more Hussars, double batching Musketeers now, and shipping 6 Musketeers coming forward. And this is that scary, scary Musketeer Hussar timing that's going to be really, really hard to hold with bow pike here for Grimescene. And let's just compare the villagers. 25 vills from Grimescene, 32 villagers from Ladyshaver. So this boom from Grimescene in his base has not paid off whatsoever. Hussars coming in again, picking up another villager. Wow, 2 groups of Hussars. This is... Are we really watching low elo legends here? This is some pretty high level micro and multitasking from Andreas here. Although this is some good bow positioning almost, but now they're stuck on both sides with Hussars. The pike's a little bit out of position, so these longbows just getting absolutely mauled by the Hussars. And look at the score difference already. Yeah, these Hussars are going to be able to escape again with almost no damage being taken. Grimescene completely belled up in the TC, and this is a very, very convincing second game. I hate to say it, but are we going to see a sweep? This is a best of 7 or best of 5? But regardless, yeah, I mean, Andreas just playing this perfectly. Like, this is some, I would say, like 1700 plus elo gameplay so far from Andreas. Just perfect build order execution in the first game. Even in the second game, I think this is some very, very good play. Like, he's getting full batches of Musketeers, full batches of Hussars. He's not stacking any resources. It's 8 minutes. He has 35 villagers, completely dominating the map. Look at this line of sight. He knows everything that's going on. Yeah, just a perfect adaptation, perfect game plan here. Even starting Hussars instead of Musketeers because he knows that Grimescene is going to start longbow. And this is really, really great. Macro, micro, everything from Andreas here. And I agree with the chat here. He might not be low elo. This is really, really high level gameplay we're seeing. Yeah, absolutely destroying on the score as well. All right, so that's game number 2, and sad to say, but I think Grimescene is a little bit outclassed so far, so hopefully he can pull up a little bit of an upset in the next few games. Do you know if this is a best of 7 or a best of 5, chat? Because I'm not super aware of the rules for this tournament. Best of 7. Okay, so 4 to win. Grimescene is down 2-0 right now, so he really would like to win the next game. Otherwise, he's going to be on match point. And in a tournament setting, it's always so stressful to be on match points. So I really am rooting for him here, and I would like him to for Grimescene to pull up a win here. So the next map is Atlas. I don't really know Atlas, so let's just quickly see what this map is. this is not really a competitive map, so let's see. So this is interesting. We have two TP line looking things, but with only one TP on each side. So it is a very safe TP, basically right next to the town center. We have the Jesuits and the Berbers, so some very, very good anti-cav natives. Very good anti-cav natives. Yeah, so this is quite an interesting map. There is this huge divide in the middle. So there's like a tiny choke point in the middle here, where I believe most of the fighting is going to be happening. And honestly, like, depending on the civilization, like, what's really funny is I think you could just FF, like, smack a fort down here and just boom. Is that even possible? Why am I not a mob? Why are you looking at a treaty map? I mean, this is the low elo Legends tournament, so you're gonna have to ask the organizers. This is game number 3 of the finals between Grimescene and Andreas Lubitz. And okay, so here we have the civ picks. Grimescene is picking France, and Andreas is picking Spain. I agree, he's not low elo, but this is like he scammed his way into this tournament. What elo is this guy? I have no idea what level he is. Does anyone know what elo he is? He's 1800 plus team elo. He is better than Baron. Yeah, that doesn't say much, honestly. But okay, we are going in to game number 3. And wow, this is a huge map, just looking at this. So it's definitely quite interesting. On the south side of the map, we have Grimescene playing as the French. And on the north side of the map, we have Andreas Lubitz playing as the Spanish. And look, what are the unit bans? So Spain is not able to make falconets, and France is not able to make skirmishers. And I am hating Grimescene's bans right now, because falconets are not what you have to worry about in this matchup. It's always the Rodaleros, in my opinion. So yeah, I have no idea why you wouldn't ban rods as France. But anyways, let's see what's going on the map. France, again, going for natives could be extremely strong here with the Berbervilles and the Jesuits. So yeah, I would definitely be going for the Berbers first to spam out these nomads early on. It'll really complement the French economy. And then at some point maybe going into Jesuits as well. But I'm not really sure how this build should go against the Spanish. I think recently we've seen that this matchup is maybe a little bit Spain favored, just from the PK tournament kind of setting. But here, when France doesn't have skirmishers, it might be even worse, because how are you ever killing Rodaleros without skirmishers behind your front line? France would have to go for artillery themselves, and that's just not really what France wants to do in this matchup. Honestly, like, I might just rotate the map here, because this map is just, it's a treaty map, right? So it's suitable for rotations. So here, a lot more standard of a start here from Grimescene. He's again going for the 1420. He did chop for a house, so I guess that's why. Starting TP, looking over at Ladyshaver or Andreas. He does have that TP from Spain early on. He might be able to get a 15 mil age up very, very easily because of that 200 food. What is that treasure? Dude, these treaty maps are built different. I was just looking at his food count. I was like, how is he 15 vills with like 800 food stacked already? And that's because of that massive, massive 200 food treasure. And he is picking up quite a few sheep as well, or goats with his explorer dog. Both players with more sheep ready to grab here and already aging up. So we're seeing a situation where Spain is aging up to age 2 before France. And I don't know if that's what you like to see here. Um, yeah, he's going up with the governor. Very, very typical. Putting a tower here would be really, really good to secure the middle choke points. And I assume he's going to FB as well if we see that France isn't being aggressive. So let's just taking a look at the deck. No two Falcons. I think he's gone for Marvelous Ear or Caballeros instead. And yeah, both of these cards quite good in the late game. Marvelous Ear especially, you can use it to get a ton of villagers very quickly and really boom hard with Spanish Gold and 1k wood. One issue here is that neither side has access to more than 1 TP. So if I were the Spanish here, I would be chopping a little bit for a market and a church instead of going for the really typical Robot FF. But I don't know if that's what we're going to see. Yeah, look at him microing this treasure very, very well. Picking up 250 coin. Yeah, exactly. So with this much coin, it's totally worth it to have chopped for a market. And you're going to be able to buy a little bit of coin and get up very, very quickly. So he is going for the Lionheart Noob FF. 5 bills, 700 wood. I think this is maybe the right way to do it, considering he got the 250 wood treasure, or sorry, the 200 coin treasure. Yeah, he already has 1,000 coins stacked. He's gonna be able to gather the food very quickly, and this is a phenomenal age up time for the Spanish. He's gonna be able to click up right about 5 minutes and 10 seconds probably, which for Spain is just really, really good, especially without 700 coin. And he has that 5 bills in super early. He's aging up. He's going to get his 700 wood in. The tower going super aggressive. Like, what is he trying to secure here? Maybe this hunt or even this mine here. Like, very, very deep into the opponent's base. And Grimescene here, not getting the Berbers, but instead of getting the Akans, which I'm personally not a fan of at all, because I think you really want to prioritize the Berbers to be able to get out the Vills early if you're staying H2. He is making Conquistadors, which are good all-around units, but he's just going to make 2, ship 700 coin, and then try to age up. He's stacking a lot of wood. I would like to see him get... Oh, wow. He doesn't have any of his market techs, not hunting dogs, not steel traps. So... The economy advantage right now definitely in favor of the Spanish. 20 Vills versus 22 Vills. Spain has already clicked up. He's going to have that Spain pain train coming in very, very quickly. Ooh, this is an interesting deck name. Nat Fake. So I guess he's going straight for the FF. Or maybe he's going for an FI even. With the Edict of Nantes, going for the 25 Bourbon Musketeers and shipping the Grenadier card. He is macroing for an age up right now, which is going to be really quite slow for France. Because we don't have these market techs, right? No Vills, no steel traps. Sorry, I mean no placer mines, no steel traps. Just the Grey Coats for some reason coming in very early. But the age up finally coming in. Spain is probably right about to click up here. 7 minutes. With 5 rods coming in, 5 more rods in queue, and he's probably going to ship Spanish Gold 1k wood, which I'd like to see. Does he have a church in base? That is, I think, is a mistake. He really should, with this build, drop a church as early as possible because he's only able to have that 1 TP. But rod's going to come in, are going to do very well against Conquistadors, especially, I think, with the level of micro at this level. This scout here just chilling on the edge of the map where no action is being seen. If he had the scout just parked here or parked somewhere here next to the racks, he'd be able to see everything that Spain is making. Another 1 Conquistador batch coming out. It's going to get caught by the rods. Yeah, as I'm saying, rod Leros are just so good at this level. Oh, so much idle time coming in as well for French. This is not looking good whatsoever. Minutemen getting calls just to deny 5 rods and still so much idle time coming in for the French. 9 rods being shipped, skirms being made. France, remember, does not have the ability to make skirmishers. So how are they going to counter a Rodolero mass? Rod skirm here just wins, no? Like, how does France ever beat Rod skirm without skirmishers of their own? Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. 25 vills now versus 23. So France would maybe even be in the lead in terms of eco if Spain didn't have Spanish gold in. But they do have Spanish gold. 9 rods coming in as well. I would have liked to see 1k wood just to get all the infrastructure ready instead of having 10 vills on wood without gang saw. So we are seeing a little bit of a messy build from Spain, but overall still, like, I think they're far in the lead. They're gonna, these husks and these rods here are gonna cut off these conks as well. 2 rods getting split off. Very good micro. Oh, almost very good micro. Yeah, these guys are getting caught for sure now. Rodolero's going in. They're gonna get the snare on even. Oh, just about. No, not quite getting the snare. More Rodoleros just flooding in and skirmishers. Wow, okay. Yep, exactly. These conks are getting caught now. And that's what makes Rod so annoying in this matchup. And it's why France really needs to have the skirmisher advantage. Because if they can't win the skirm war, the Rods are just an absolute dominant force on the map. And we're seeing the score just pull away so far right now for Andreas. He is going for the 4th FI. That will be good because Andreas's army is very low siege. So this fort will do very, very well if it's able to get up. But it's not quite built. 10 more seconds and yep, he's putting all of his units on to siege down this fort before it fully gets up. He's taking down quite a lot of health. 2 more seconds. Okay, the fort is about half HP. So I think he could probably just stand under here and commit even with these low siege units. Especially because France has nothing in queue, nothing coming in. He just has to try to get up to the next age. He has no even military units at all or shipments in the 3rd age, so it's a rough position for France. I mean, I don't think this is 1700 elo Spain, but it's pretty good for sure. So many CDB exposed on the map. Let's see if Andreas has scouted this. He has not. And oh, but he is sending some vills here. Map hacks? Map hacks? Map hacks? Whoa, guys, we need a check on that. What was that? They beeline straight for the vills. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, this is a great catch for him right here. And more Hussars getting split off as well, looking for the villagers. He's gonna be able to find all of these, and CDB have range resist, not melee resist, so all of these units do a phenomenal job here against CDBs, all of these melee units. And I think Grimescene is just about to tap out here. All of these vills exposed, nowhere near clicking up yet. And wow, that is yeah, this is really showing a little bit of a difference. Holy smokes, Baron low. I'm not playing here, bro. We're cast. Nice to see you, Crab. Long time no see, but we are in a 3-0 lead here for Andreas, and it is match points in a series that's lasted maybe 30 minutes total so far. So I'm really hoping that Grimescene can pull up a little bit of an upset, get a game back, because so far he's been getting just absolutely dismantled by Andreas here. Gren Musk beats Skirmrod. Yep, that would be nice if France could have gone into H4, but he didn't even have any H3 shipments. So it's going to be a pain train to get to H4 with the old guard. Check his computer. This is not normal. Yeah, I mean, that raid at the end, I think he sensed that France didn't have any vills in base. So he just split up his rods everywhere on the map for the raids. And it's definitely the right thing to do. He did get kind of lucky with the first one, where the rods went across the map straight to where France was gathering. But I mean, it makes sense. He needs to get his vision on the map there. And we are in a 3-0 lead here for Andreas. And now I'm really, really rooting for Grimescene to pick up at least one game. It's looking rough for sure. Down 3-0, it's match points, and he is going to be able to pick his main civs again. But will it be enough? Because so far, I definitely agree with the chat. Andreas has been playing as if he's a 1600 elo player, probably. At least 1600 elo player. So we are heading into game number 4. Does anyone know the map for game number 4? Andreas is a swell guy, but probably should not have been in this tourney. Yep, so far he's looking like he's a little bit stronger than the rest of the field, I assume. All right, so we are heading into the last game. We're seeing Andreas pick France. And I believe Grime is picking Brits, but we'll see. Oh, it's a France mirror. I'm sorry. Okay. France mirror. Grime is not able to make musketeers, and Andreas is not able to make cuirassiers. Again, I'm not sure about the Kurban because I think this... I mean, if both sides go for an FF, then I believe what you want to be banning are skirmishers. Because without skirmishers, the side that is... yeah, I mean, France relies so much on skirms to win these H3 fights, so I think skirms are the way to go. In an H2 fights, I think banning musketeers is definitely the right strategy. So we might see Andreas pushing in H2 with that scary Bow Musk Huss timing. So Bow Musk and then the three Hussar shipment coming in. And yeah, I definitely agree with you, McLovin, that Grime is banning these late game units, which is not really what you want. Cool. We are heading in to game number 4. Hopefully not the last game of the series, but this is the finals of the Low Elo Legends Unit Ban Tournament, hosted by Order of the Rose and Amon, who is in chat. And we are on game number 4, which is on Baja California. This is actually a really fun map. I like this a lot. And we are seeing a France mirror. So I was prepping for this map a while back in my series against Killer Cats, where I got absolutely wrecked. I don't know if Killer Cats is still here. But anyways, in that map, but this map I did manage to take a win because I played Ottoman against his Spain. And I think Ottoman and Spain are very strong civs on this map because obviously Otto is very dominant on the water. They can also actually go for that TP line in the middle, which is what I did with a double rack Jan Rush. But in a France mirror, I'm not really sure what happens. Taking the middle TP definitely very good because that gives you a little bit of a higher chance of getting one of the side TPs. And we are seeing very standard starts from both players. 3 Vils, starting TP. And let's see what treasures they're able to get. So far, not any crazy treasures I'm seeing on the map. We do have a 45 wood here for Grimescene. And that's really nice for him because that'll let him get a 1210. But, sorry, 1320. But he is delaying that 3 CDB shipment by like 15 seconds, which is not what you want to see. Dropping a house now. So this is a good 1320 because he's able to not chop any wood, basically. Hopefully he can get this 40 food treasure as well. And that'll really help out his age up. That 20 coin is good as well. And now for Ladyshaver, he is working on a big treasure here. 85 wood. But at this point, he's already committed to a 1210. So he will be going up. And this is some good Vil macro for him as well. He is going to be clicking up around, I think, 218, which is pretty much a perfect no treasure 1210. Yeah, 218. So I don't think he got any nice food or wood treasures. So this is a good 1210 timing when you don't have any food treasures. So it indicates that his age 1 macro and Vil micro and macro was quite strong. And going for that market really early with that 85 wood. He's gonna be macroing 4 hunting dogs, a house, and probably placer mines. By the way, if anyone in chat wants to do like some games for me to spectate after this, I'm totally down because I was planning on this to be like a 2-3 hour thing, and we'll have to see how this goes. But if it ends pretty soon, I'm down to cast something else. Okay, let's take a look at the decks. So a very anti-water deck here for Andreas, but also very greedy. He has that refrigeration and royal mint, which I think is interesting. He does also have strong H2 cards, especially going for ranged infantry hit points instead of wilderness warfare. And this kind of indicates that he wants to go for musketeers because unlike wilderness warfare, this shipment benefits crossbows and musketeers instead of skirmishers and CDB. So let's see what he goes for here. Yep, he does have 1 forward Vil here. He's probably gonna go for an FB. We're not seeing some back hurting, so a very honorable man. He's actually hurting that towards Grimescene. He is dropping that Rax now very early. It's gonna be able to put pressure on Grimescene's base. And let's see what Grimescene is doing. He's aging up with the quartermaster. Oh, he went for a 1420 again? So I would have thought he could have gone for a 1320 when he got that nice wood treasure because he didn't have to chop much. But okay, he's gotten. Yeah, I'm really not sure. He's gotten hunting dogs, but no placer mines. Does he scout the FB? He does not so far. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough hold, I think. Again, he's gonna get out a really early batch of musketeers, shipping 700 wood. I believe he's gonna add a second Rax with that. Where has that Vil snuck off to? Okay, it's right here. Very exposed market as well, which will be just almost free to siege. And splitting off 2 musketeers to snare the explorer. Yeah, this is some high level. I mean, this is not 1400 level gameplay. I'm just gonna say that right here. Musketeers going in for that Vil on the side. Does he see that? He does see that. Okay, but Grimescene running that away early. Very good. We are seeing a second Rax coming in. 5 more musketeers. This explorer going down. 3 musketeers harassing in the back. They're not going to be too scary because obviously CDB, very strong units. Again, Grimescene going for that very early blunderbuss and greatcoats, which I don't know if I like because he's sacrificing. Actually, I guess it's fine, but he needs to sell a little bit to finish this batch. Shipping 8 bows now, which is good, but he doesn't have that 700 wood in, unlike Ladyshaver here. And Ladyshaver is going for that strong Musk-Huss timing again. Shipping 3 Hussars, double batching Musketeers. And as we know... Wait, I thought Grimescene isn't allowed to make Musks. Oh, Are we seeing some rule breaking here? He banned Musketeers, so why does Grimescene have Musketeers? I think they just realized this as well. Oh, I think they realized this as well because he has Musketeers. That's funny. Rule break. Rules. Get the mods in there. Well, wait. Okay, so are they reing or is this just a resign? Like, is it over? Do we know what is this? What is the admin decision here? I'm on caster, I mean, what's going on here? Hopefully we see a re. Grime will concede. Wow. So I guess that's it then. That's the final. Well, that goes 4-0 to Andreas here. So unfortunately, Grime getting knocked out, but I guess it was a good run for him making it to second place in this tournament. Yeah, I mean, Andreas played very well. It looked like he was playing at a much higher level than what you would expect from a 1400 elo player. I think, yeah, he was definitely playing at 1600 level or higher. So, anyways, I guess that's... You can take him for an interview. Yeah, I can join the Discord for an interview. Hello, hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing?
Doing all right? How are you?
Good. Well, congratulations. I guess you you win the tournament 4-0. Very, very convincing victory. Well,
Thank you.
what do you think? So walk me through these games. I guess game number 1 was unknown. You went for that auto double rack Jan Rush, and I believe you banned his skirmishers, right? So
Yes, sir.
what was your thought
I was
process
a
there?
bit, yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw that he would go natives, I knew. I saw his previous games, right? So what he likes to do is he likes to go H4 and ship the Grenadiers with France. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'll just rush him hard. This is basically how I played all the games in the tournament,
Right.
just rushing people. I figured that most people struggle to defend early hard rushes. So that was basically my motivation in all the games. And
Yeah,
yeah, the early pressure.
definitely makes sense. So what's your what's your team elo?
My team elo is 1800, I think, right now.
Okay.
1850, maybe.
Okay. So to me, yeah, okay. So I mean, from my point of view as a caster, it seemed like you were playing at least at a 1600 level here in this game. Very, very clean build orders.
It could be. I think my win rate is at 100%. I just have never gone further than 1400. I just didn't play more games unranked.
Yeah, makes sense. Well,
I'm a bit, I don't know. I just like that win rate. So I'm a bit afraid to go further. And then at least that I just want to camp on that.
yeah, nice. Well,
Yeah.
I think to me again as a caster in every game you kind of banned these early game units, right? So that gave you the advantage in
Mm-hmm.
H2. And Grime was
Yeah.
often banning some random like late game units or mid game units like
Yeah.
Falx,
Yeah. Cuirassiers,
Cuirassiers.
Felix.
And
Yeah,
to me, in that France Spain matchup, banning Falks just does not make sense to me because Rodaleros are just so strong in that
yeah,
matchup.
yeah.
That's really what you're going for,
That's
right?
true.
So
Yeah,
having Spain with a Rod Skirm kind of a Rod Skirm composition, and France not
yeah.
having skirmishers, I just have no idea what they're supposed to do in that situation. So
Again, he played France once more, and I know he wants to make the grands. When I saw the Ford, I was just sure that he will do it. So I think he
right,
just wants to hold as long as he can, and I don't think he can defend two Falcons. I think that's why he banned them, because he just wants to go H4.
yeah, yeah,
And I guess he thought he could defend regular units better than two Falcons, but
yeah.
yeah, it's just too much mass for Spain with all the shipments.
Makes sense. And getting that 200 coin treasure in the middle really helped your FF as well.
Yeah,
Let you go for the
it was
five
also
village queen.
so well. I wasn't worried about him stealing it. Anyway, the map is so huge. I hate that map. But it was like super secluded on this little cliff. Like you couldn't really steal it from the other side, so it
Right.
was really easy to pick off.
Yeah, yeah. Like getting a sub 7 minute H up without shipping 700 coin is just an insane timing for Spain.
Nice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was a bit lucky. I mean, also the 200 food. The map has some good treasures. I played this
Yeah,
map
age of
before
one. Yeah, I saw the age of
in the
one.
tournament, and I didn't get those treasures, so I was happy.
Yeah, very well played. So what are your
Yes,
plans
sir.
now? Are you gonna participate in more mid elo, low elo tourneys or?
I am playing in another 2v2 tournament right now.
Okay.
Um, and I'm playing with Oreos. I think he's around here too. And we will face Frontline next. That will be tricky. I don't
Okay.
have high hopes, but that, you never know. It's a tournament, right? So
Right. So who's hosting this one?
wish me luck. I don't know. The guy's called 71. I don't know if he has other names.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if he has a community. It's called AoE3 Battles.
I see. Okay. Well, good luck with that. Frontline, one of the best team
Thank
players
you.
in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to be his mate in that tournament, but you couldn't pick your mate.
Oh, it's like random
Uh,
teammates.
I, I was a substitute. I'm happy with Oreos too, so I think we have a chance to take
Right.
them on.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
We
good
defeated
luck
the
with that.
odds already. Yeah,
Well, and congratulations on the win, getting the trophy in this low
thank you.
elo Legends tourney. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me.
Wait, I think one info. I think you heard this already. There will be another match in this tourney in air quotes. So apparently my prize, what I was told, is that I get to play a mystery pro player. That is my prize for the tournament. So maybe you want to cast this or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can take a look. Do you know who the? So I guess it's a mystery, so we
No.
won't see who it is.
Yeah,
All right.
you have to ask about him.
I'll DM Cutter Boy or something. I'm just kidding.
Oh no,
Yeah, yeah.
better not. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Let's get
Have a
Grimy
nice
here
day.
as well then for an interview.
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations. Grimescene, get in here.
How are you, mate?
What's up? Well, that was a tough one. What do you think?
Yeah. Look, I think I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't played a great deal this week. Just work getting in the way. No excuses at all. I got fucking flattened. But yeah, I think I played the other day. I lost 3 games in a row on the ladder and just put the game down after that. I don't know. I think I didn't give him enough respect in H2. I thought I'd be able to get to 3 and execute build orders easier than I thought. But yeah, I full credit to him. He's a great player. I couldn't hold those early pushes. My APM was lacking. My micro was a bit off, and Ville's just getting picked off for free. I'm not really happy with how I played, but fuck, what can you do? It's just one of those things. Bad day.
Yeah, yeah. So from a caster's perspective, I thought that unit bans were a bit questionable, like banning falconets instead
Yeah,
of like the early units. So for example, right, I think in the France-Spain matchup, letting Spain have rods and having them ban your skirms is just game losing on the spot. Because like how are you
yeah.
gonna counter rod skirm?
I know. Look, I think my rationale was if I can get the fort up,
Right, right,
um,
yeah.
the Conquist, I could sort of use the Conquistadors to pick him off and use the fort to help me defend. But yeah, either way, he pivoted fine. As soon as that fort went up, he just went straight for my vills, and I assume that he saw the dead animals on the map. So yeah, he did a good job on me there.
Yeah, I mean,
there was, as I said, I was really just trying to get to a later point of the game. And as I said, I don't think I respected his H2 enough.
yeah, like from my perspective as well, like I mean, Andreas was playing at like a 1600 plus level at least, so it's really no shame losing this. I mean, congratulations on making it this far into the tourney, and I hope you keep improving as a player.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty keen to sort of knuckle in a bit and try and fix some smaller things about my gameplay. But yeah, honestly, I haven't played a great deal this week.
Yeah.
Not that that's an excuse, but look, I'm going to keep knuckling down and keep climbing slowly. And yeah, I think I'll be fine in the near future.
Nice. Yeah, well, congrats both. I think that's it for me in terms of questions.
Yeah. Thanks for
Gentlemen-
casting,
Thank you.
by the way.
Yeah, no
It's
worries.
very, very professionally done. Full props to you, and yeah, you're very good at what you do. So no, I appreciate you coming and taking time out of your day to do this for us.
No problem. You want to lobby?
Sure, man.
Let's do it. All right, we're changing the title.
Done.
I mean, how many games do you want to do?
Would you do a team game?
I'm down to do teams or
Well,
lobby or anything.
I'm not really keen on getting stomped by another 1700 player.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
Aren't you higher too? I was told your elo is a bit deflated as well. Aren't you higher than 1400?
It's a bit deflated. I think I sit around 1450, 1500. It's
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely didn't play at that level today though.
GG's though.
GG's. Yeah, honestly, GG's. As I said, like I take nothing away from you, bro. You played well. Yeah, I just didn't quite respect you as much as I should have. I thought I'd be able to get away with a lot more.
With the cheese, with the grand strats. Did you try to do it in the first game too, or the first match when you went natives?
It wasn't in my deck that match.
Okay.
I actually had a CDB focused deck.
Okay.
I just needed to get native treaties out to contest
Mhm.
until I could get the CDB cards in to help hold. Because yeah, the Lakota would have been really nice for idling you and
Yeah.
trying to keep you idle to keep that gen mass down. I think the CDB would have been okay to hold, but yeah, the 3 Delhi was just the 5 Musk were too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG. Baron, get
All right.
in here.
Jeez.
well, I said